What is up, people? My name is Ruben. Welcome to Strike Back Games, and today we are reviewing Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier number 2. So let's get right into it. The issue starts off with Bucky climbing a mountain in Asgard, or Asgardia as it's called now, while talking to Daisy, who is in the spaceship. Daisy calls Bucky stupid for going after Loki before the analysis on the bullet he was shot with comes back, and Bucky agrees, saying it's bad karma. As Bucky reaches the top of the mountain, the analysis on the bullet is in, and the bullet is laced with a hallucinogenic called ilium. The news comes a little late for Bucky as he's already feeling the full side effects. And to make matters worse, Loki takes full advantage of the situation by calling the frozen wolves of Niflheim to deal with Bucky, but he reminds himself that everything he's seen isn't real. Next, Loki calls up a frost giant, which Bucky deals with by swinging him off a cliff. All this while Loki talks in riddles to a very confused Bucky. Back on board the ship, Daisy's making plans to go down to Asgardia if she doesn't hear anything back from Bucky. But she gets a surprise visit from future Bucky, the same one who shot present Bucky last issue. Back in Asgardia, Bucky's bad acid trip continues as he's face to face with past versions of himself. Loki then asks him what is it that he's truly searching for. This seems to get Bucky thinking a bit. Loki decides it's time to end this and calls back the Wolves of Niflheim, but Bucky comes to his senses enough to find Loki and punches him in the face, ending his bad trip. We get to see that the Wolves of Niflheim are nothing but some puppies named Kyle and Steve. Loki then tells him to go to the planet Bol and talk to the princess there. Loki also gives him one last piece of info. He tells him to remember that the last glove is happy. Back on the ship, Daisy confirms the info that Loki gave through the bullet analysis, and sets a course for Bol, while Bucky tells Daisy that she was right, and what he did was dumb. As he starts to walk away, he sees her smiling, and asks, "What are you smiling about?" She says, "It's just a bit of deja vu." This issue was a surprise and definitely not the way I thought it would go. I was expecting Bucky to go in guns blazing, which he did. I guess he just never got a chance to take his guns out all the way. I'm glad they have Daisy in here, as the back and forth works well between them. Loki talking in riddles the whole time also worked well, but it might take a few reads to fully understand. The future Bucky has me really interested, especially now that he's talking to Daisy, and Daisy hasn't said anything to present Bucky about it. But the art once again really sells me on this comic. You have to look at each page about 5 times to really get all the details. It's a good read, but it's definitely a trippy adventure that might not be for everyone. It might take a few reads to fully understand. So I give Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier number 2 a 7 out of 10.